Hello there, this is ilja615 and welcome back to another episode of iljaTech, Progress and Perspectives. So in the last episode we have added these new ores, but ores are pretty useless if you cannot even find them in the world. So that's what the main goal is for this episode. So as you can see here, I've already gone ahead and made some basic implementation of the world generation code, but I still have to tweak some of the numbers. Namely, there's three things that you need to decide: the height or depth, the size of the clusters, and also the frequency or amount. Now, first of all, I want to get started with the height and depth, and I might have to tweak these numbers later. I will find that out only through playtesting, but you gotta start somewhere. So I think a good way to come up with some values for the height is to reference the ores from vanilla Minecraft. So I put here the heights at which copper, iron, coal, and diamond spawn. And we're gonna use this to come up with some values for the custom ores. So first of all, tin ore here, I think it should spawn pretty high up because it's going to be an early game material. So I will make it spawn between 32 and 128. Now I'm going to do nickel ore. Nickel ore, I would like it to spawn at the same height as iron, but iron can also spawn higher up, like above Y level 80, which is something I didn't show earlier, but I don't think I want nickel to spawn higher up. Alright, and chromium is gonna spawn at the same level as diamond because it's supposed to be a pretty rare and a late game resource, much like diamond. Now, what about aluminium? Oh yeah, for aluminium I had a bit of a different idea. So it's gonna spawn in gravel and in sandstone. For the gravel, you will have to mine this with a shovel, and it has to be a stone shovel. Wooden one is not gonna cut it, it's not good enough. So we have to test a few things here. First of all, I wonder what happens if we use the Fortune 3 shovel. So now I have 10 raw ore. Let's see. Okay, that gave 1. Again. Okay, now it gave 4 of them. It's safe to say that the Fortune is working. Now what about the Silk Touch Diamond Pickaxe? Yes, as I expected, it should be able to give us the full block. Now there's a couple other tests I have to do. First of all, we have this very tall pillar, and there is this technique called torch mining. And I wonder if this will work. Oh, see, so it does give the block. Well, it's not supposed to, because you're supposed to need a stone shovel for it and not a torch. One other test I have to do is see what happens if you blow it up. So let's see what happens. Okay, so this does give us the raw ore item. Sure, no problem. Now you might wonder, why did I choose to do this? First of all, I had no idea where the aluminium ore should spawn, high up in the ground or deep down below. I didn't know. So I decided to look at where people find it in real life, and they find it in sedimentary rocks. Now, in Minecraft, the sedimentary rock is sandstone. So I made it in sandstone, but I didn't want to make it exclusive to the desert and beach biome. So I also added the gravel one, which you can find in almost every biome. And I think it's gonna be fun, right? You don't have to find all the ores underground. It adds a bit of a strategy to mining. Now that I got the world generation for the ores working, there's still one more thing that I need to do, which is recipes. And for that, I've created the mod recipe provider Java, where it makes the raw ore block recipe, the block to item recipe, and the blast furnace and smelting recipes. So let's test the recipe crafting first. Okay, this seems to work. Pretty nice, pretty nice. It also has the recipe book, so you can easily shift click this, make all the blocks, shift click this, make all the items. Wow, that's wonderful. Let's see here what we get. raw tin ore becomes tin ingot. Perfect. And the blast furnace, it's going twice as fast. Yes, that makes nickel, and the deep slate nickel ore also works. Cool. Now that most of the recipes are finished, I quickly want to say thank you to my guy 30worthy because he makes those tutorials which are really helpful for me making this mod. Now what about the aluminium and chrome ores? Actually, as you can see, I cannot put them in the furnace because I'm planning something a little bit more technical. So one thing I didn't mention in the last video is that I'm a chemical process engineering master's student, and I also took some elective courses about the mineral processing industry and the biomaterial industry, so you can expect some more technical stuff from me because I already have some background knowledge and some interest about those, and of course because this is supposed to be a technology mod. So in the background here I was trying to show my idea of how I could implement a heap leaching process to Minecraft, but actually I don't know if heap leaching is even used for aluminium and chrome ore. Maybe it's just for nickel, copper and gold ore. Because I know that aluminium, for example, has an electrochemical process called the hot Herald process. But those processes are gonna be a little bit more complicated, which means that first of all, I'm gonna need to simplify them, and second of all, they are gonna deserve their own episode. Which means that this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. And in the next episode, I'm gonna add some technology to the mod, so stay tuned for that. Bye bye.